Hey there. I'm gonna read about some various items in the Resident Evil series of games. I hope you enjoy it. Health. Starting with the original Resident Evil, the player's health is shown in the inventory menu/status screen and is represented by an electrocardiogram, or ECG. Depending on the condition of the character, the ECG will read the following. Fine, represented by green. The character has none to minimal damage taken. Caution, represented by yellow. The character has taken moderate damage, but health is still above half. Caution, orange. The character has taken significant damage, health is below half. Danger, red. The character has taken major damage, and health is almost gone. In this state, one or two more hits will result in death. From Resident Evil 2 and onward, health was indicated with body language from a player character. This was mostly done because health could only be seen in the pause menu. In Fine, characters stand upright and can move smoothly. In the varying levels of caution, characters hold their sides and lower their heads slightly. In the Resident Evil remake and Resident Evil 0, yellow caution kept them in their fine pose. In danger, characters limp and move sluggishly. Healing items include herbs, the effects of which vary depending on the mixture, and first aid sprays, which are full healing agents but cannot cure poison. Next, I'll be reading about those items, herbs and their different variants, and the first aid spray. First aid spray. The first aid spray is a recurring health item found throughout the entire series. It brings the character to full health, but does not cure poison. Umbrella reached fame with one of these products. This particular type of product was able to heal wounds completely. A further factor that these cans have been used in Umbrella ads suggests that the product, Sina Tiropa, found in the sprays at the Spencer Mansion, may have been an Umbrella product. The line under First Aid says Life Safe, something similar to other Umbrella marketing lines. The spray's design has changed little over the entire course of the Resident Evil series. It's a silver spray can with a light green label. Herbs. Herbs are both a lore concept and the primary healing items in the Resident Evil series. Every game to date includes herbs, with some having no in-universe explanation. Generally, herbs are either found by picking them off the map or in later games dropped by enemies. They usually appear as small potted plants, and when mixed with other herbs, take on a powder-like composition. The original herbs are red, green, and blue. History. There are many species of herbs which are native to the Arklay Mountains, the region of the American Midwest where Raccoon City was located, and each kind of herb has a distinct color and medicinal quality. The green herb recovers physical strength and heals fatigue, helping to strengthen the natural healing process so that wounds heal faster, while also having an active immune function that helps fight viral infection. The blue herb neutralizes natural toxins, while the red herb has no effect when used on its own. The Umbrella Corporation created other species of the herbs that could be grown on Rockfort Island and at the Arctic base by breeding the ones from Raccoon City. By 1998, botanists had researched and documented the fact that the red herbs could in fact be mixed with other herbs in order to magnify their effects. The Asian medicine doctor specifically made the discovery that mixing blue and red herbs creates an effect that strengthens one's constitution. Herbs became popular in Raccoon City and were being used in various products and home recipes such as herb pie and herb cream. By 2003, These herbs were being widely used in the medical field and were recommended by botanists to be kept around to help protect individuals from the rising threat of bioterrorism. This led to them being used and cultivated all around the world. Herbs typically come in different colors, and they and mixed herbs usually have similar properties across different games. Most of the games after Resident Evil 4 have them function similarly, with games afterwards having reworked them each time. The following are some recipes on herb mixtures. Green herb. Appear in every game and is the most common to find. Usually heals a small amount of health or large amounts for games without herb mixing. In games that use the EKG to represent health, they usually heal enough to raise the player's condition by 1 rating, i.e. yellow caution to fine. In Resident Evil The Mercenaries 3D, they heal a specific amount for each character and costume. Blue herb. Appear in most games before Resident Evil 4 and are used to cure poison. Some creatures have scripted events associated with them where their poison cannot be cured by a blue herb, such as Nosferatu in Resident Evil Code Veronica. Red herb. Usually they have no effect on their own and are meant to be mixed with a green herb to produce a fully healing mixture. Green herb plus green herb. Heals more than 1 green herb. Really? Green plus green plus green. Fully heals or close to full. Green plus blue. Healing effect of 1 green herb, plus cures poison. Green plus blue. Heals more than 1 green herb, plus cures poison. Blue plus red. Cures poisons. In the remake of Resident Evil 2, temporarily grants poison immunity in addition to giving a damage resistance. Once used, a small green shield will appear in the bottom right, indicating a duration. Green plus red. Fully heals. Green plus red plus blue. Fully heals plus cures poison. In the remake of Resident Evil 2, it also grants temporary immunity against poison and damage resistance. Green herb. One of the 3 different herbs found growing in pots around the Arklay Mountains in Raccoon City. Along with the red herb and blue herb, the green and red herbs are also found in Spain, along with the new yellow herb, as well as Africa and the Mediterranean. The green herb is later found in China, Eastern Europe, and elsewhere in the United States. The green herb is used for physical strength and has appeared in every game in the series to date. Combining green herbs with red herbs, blue herbs, and yellow herbs can have significant health benefits, such as health being completely restored, poisons being cured, and maximum health being increased. Likewise, combining 1 or 2 green herbs in some games with another green herb will raise the herb's potency, thereby increasing its health restoration amount. Red herb. The red herb is one of 3 different herbs that can be found growing pots around the Arklay Mountains in Raccoon City, along with green and blue herbs. The red herb is useless on its own in most titles, but triples the healing effect of the green herb when combined with 1. The compound mixture of a green herb and a red herb can even completely restore one's health. The herbs were either transplanted to Europe or Africa by Umbrella, unless the plants originally came from one of those locations, as they appear in the 4th and 5th numbered games in the series, fulfilling the same function. They can be found in almost every title except for Resident Evil, The Umbrella Chronicles, Resident Evil The Dark Side Chronicles, Resident Evil Revelations, Resident Evil Biohazard, and Resident Evil Village, whose game mechanics do not require them. Blue herb. The blue herb was a plant native to the Arklay Mountains in the American Midwest. It was capable of producing a compound that could be used to treat small to moderate doses of several venoms and poisons. However, the venomous creatures such as the Yawn and Nosferatu were far too powerful and required their own special medicines. The herb was grown in and around Raccoon City, and was also grown around the world by Umbrella. Blue herbs do not appear in Resident Evil 4, where they were replaced by the yellow herb, due to a lack of poisonous and venomous enemies in the game. George Hamilton can use his chemical mixing kit to turn blue herbs into recovery medicine, which will restore 500 points of a player's health, equivalent to a green herb. Yellow herb. Yellow herbs have only been featured a few times in the Resident Evil series. Like all other herbs, they have health regaining abilities. They are very important to find throughout Resident Evil 4 because they increase the player's maximum health. Like all other herbs, they can only take up to a 1x2 area in the attaché case. To save space, you should mix them with green and or red herbs as soon as possible. They appear in Resident Evil Gaiden, Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil the deck building game, and Resident Evil Resistance. Purple herbs. This herbal compound will both cancel out a poisonous infection and restore heavy damage. The purple herb is a health item in Resident Evil Gaiden. It cures both physical and poison damage. Ink ribbon. The ink ribbon is a save block type used for the early games of the Resident Evil series, up until Resident Evil Dead Aim. Since ink ribbons could only be found lying around, not dropped by enemies, there was a set amount in the entire game. Since there was a limit on ink ribbons, there was subsequently a limit on the overall amount of times the player could save in one game. They appear in Resident Evil, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil Remake, Resident Evil 0, Resident Evil Code Veronica, and the Resident Evil 2 Remake. If you examine an ink ribbon, the description is, using this on a typewriter will allow you to record your progress. So, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that for some of you this was maybe a walk down memory lane with favorite video game series, as it is mine as well. My memory of Resident Evil is watching my dad play the fourth game when I was growing up. And then in more recent years I've played the remake of the second game. Most recently I played the eighth game, Village, and now I'm playing through 4 and 7. I know it's completely out of order, but the story's not, it's very easy to get the story spoiled for you, so it's, in my mind at least personally, I'm not completely married to playing all the games in order, although I'd like to. Some of them are cheaper than others, some of them I have access to, some of them I don't, and that's fine. Okay, so thank you again for watching and listening, and hope you enjoyed. Stay scary, my friends.